Well, hell yeah, we're regretting our vote now. I mean, we didn't vote for Elon Musk. Did y'all even see that press conference in the Oval Office yesterday? I mean, what in the Brokeback Mountain was that? The press are completely ignoring him and directing all their questions towards Musk. And then what was up with his kid being there? I mean, what is this, my two dads? And the kid's just over there like picking his nose and wiping snot on the Resolute desk. Why would he let him do that? I've never seen such a submissive show from the President of the United States. I mean, come on. Here in Oklahoma, we like alpha males that take charge and stand up, not betas who sit there and let some South African guy dominate the entire press conference. Yeah, no, we are not happy one bit with this whole situation. I mean, frankly, it was embarrassing. Me and all my fellow Oklahomans were not impressed at all, and something needs to change because there is only one president of the United States, and it ain't Elon Musk.
My message to the media. First of all, what you need to know is that I'm a nobody. Unfortunately for you, there are tens of millions of nobodies. If you will not report on these protests, we will bring it to your fucking door. And we will do it every day until you cover the truth of what is happening in this country.
I'm home with the plague. Finally got hit. But I had to tell a quick story from yesterday. I ran into this little old man when I was out, and he kept getting closer to me. And I was like, sir, I'm not sure if I'm sick or getting sick. Just need to, just give me a little space so I don't make you sick. And he's like, oh, okay. And we're just standing there, and he's just keeps talking to me. And people always love to tell me their life stories for some reason. I just have that kind of face, I guess. But he says, we started talking about measles outbreaks and stuff like that. And he was telling me I need to go get my shingles. And I was telling him he needed to go get his measles, redone and all that. And I was like, I wasn't expecting it because we're in Southeast Ohio, okay? And so this is, heavy conservative area. Now, I live in a very blue area, but around us are very conservative. And, he had a deep Southeastern Ohio accent, like the Appalachian sound. If you're in Ohio, you know that there's like the four quadrants have different accents basically. But so I'm from Southwest Ohio. He's from Southeast Ohio. So he's, talking to me about this stuff. And I didn't expect him to be for vaccines, if I'm being real honest. I just didn't think that he would be. But he was telling me I need to go get vaccinated, make sure I'm taking care of myself. And then he goes, that idiot put Kennedy in charge. And number one, that was not at all what I was expecting to have come out of this man's mouth. Normally, when older men come up to me and say anything in this area, it's, Kennedy's going to save us. He's getting rid of the red dyes, which I'm okay with because my family's allergic to them. But he's going on about what an idiot he was. And he said, I voted for Trump. And I was like, wait, okay. I was not expecting, I didn't ask. It's not my business in this case. And he says, I voted for Trump. I've been a lifelong Republican. He goes, but that idiot put Kennedy in charge of our health. He goes, how dumb. That man does not even believe in vaccines. He said, now I just see all of them. He said, Trump, Kennedy, Musk. He goes, they're all just greedy. He said, they don't care about us. They don't want anything to do with us. He said, they just want their money. And I was like, well, what is going on? And he kept going on and on. I didn't bring up the conversation. I wasn't asking him anything about it. It was just kind of funny that he's just, relaying this to me. And I was like, listen, I'm in public health. I understand. I said, we think he's, I don't know anybody in health that thought he was a good pick. But he did say, he said, I will never vote Republican again. He said, I am going to be an independent. He said, I just couldn't vote for Harris. And I said, I just kind of looked at him and he's like, And I was like, oh, she's a black woman. So that was that. I didn't go into it any further because I was in a hurry and I knew that was what it was. So no matter what, we're still living in a very racist, misogynist, society. We're not going to get away from it. But at least the upside is that he regrets his vote, he said. He told me he regretted voting for him. He said, but, Harris, But that's a turn because I've heard so many people saying that people regret their votes. I haven't heard anybody saying that really. Like I've heard a couple people I don't believe on, like social media, but this was a real live 78-year-old white man from rural Appalachia. I was like, okay, that's a start. So it made me, even though I was starting to feel sick, it kind of warmed my heart a little bit. So I don't know. Maybe we'll see some changes. I don't know. But I found it very fascinating. So we'll see.
This goes out to all the MAGA that are regretting their vote. We don't care. We want to see you suffer. And we're never going to feel bad for you. Seemingly overnight, it seems that this hashtag has been trending. And there's a lot of videos. And of course, we know it's the find out phase. And we're okay with that. We've been waiting for this. We knew it was going to happen. We've not been looking forward to it. Well, maybe a little. And there are tons and tons of videos I could paste in here and make fun of every single one of them. But I'm not going to do that. They want some of that good TikTok karma that you got. They're not going to get it. That's what they want. They want us to say, oh, it's okay. Come with us. We have open arms for you. We see that you see the light. And we're okay with that. We're not okay with that. I want you to suffer. I want you to lose everything. Literally everything. I want you to lose your house. I want you to lose all your money. I want you to be destitute. I don't care if you suffer. I want you to suffer. Because you created it. And you have no problem with other people suffering. The only time you have a problem is when you're suffering. The biggest excuses I came across were, I have to go back to work. This is affecting me because of that. I had this happen to me. Every single one of them is not wanting to be on the Trump train anymore because they are being affected. Well, guess what? On this side, it's not about us being affected. We care about other people being affected. That's the difference between you and me. You care about yourself and we care about other people. That's it, full stop. When you break down what's important to a Republican, it's money. And when you break down what's important to a liberal or a Democrat, it's people. And now that it's affecting you, you want to say something about it and say, this isn't right. Because it's affecting you. You don't care if it's doing anything to anybody else. Just like with the reason you're making these videos, you're doing it so you can get attention. You're not doing it to bring awareness to other people. You don't give a shit about other people. So lose it all. Lose your farm, lose your car, lose your house. I don't care. I'm gonna enjoy it. You deserve this. You voted for it. You get it. Take it. I get to tell my grandkids I did the right thing. You don't. I get to tell all the women in my life that I voted in their interests. I get to tell all the minorities in my life, in my family, that I voted in their best interests. And you get to tell them that you regret your vote because you lost some money or had to go work in the office or had to pay more for eggs that you didn't expect to before, or whatever personal petty reason that you don't like your Trumpty Dumpty anymore. We don't want anything bad to happen to you randomly. We want everything to happen to you that was created by you. We want to watch you flail and say, I can't believe this is happening to me, even though you voted for it to happen to you. Go find me a person who is saying that they are not voting for MAGA anymore. And then before that video was posted, I want you to go back and find me just one video where they care about other people, about their vote affecting other people. And they're saying, I'm doing this because I want them to be better. Because they can't. They make stuff to make fun of other people. They don't care if bad things happen to other people. It boils down to they do not care about other people. Period. Watch their videos now thinking, okay, they don't care about other people. They're doing this for themselves. They're not doing it to educate anybody. They're just doing it to make themselves feel better, to get attention on themselves. And when I make videos, I'm pointing out injustices. I'm looking out for other people because I care about other people, and it comes across that way easily on the screen. And when they post videos, it's literally about hate. always hate. It's every single thing they post is hate. So I'm not going to sit here and laugh and say, oh, they're finding out now. It's sad. It's sad. It's sad that we knew this was going to happen. Nobody listened. Not the right people. Not enough people listened. So here we are. You can leave your MAGA, but we're not opening our doors to you. You can sit in the fucking hall.
Stock market has lost $5 trillion in 3 weeks. Donald Trump is literally Ozempic.
What's up, Sparkles Show fam? It's your favorite corner of the internet where satire meets reality and reality hits hard. First off, to all our new subscribers, welcome aboard. To our loyal subscribers, thank you for the endless love and support. You make Sparkles Show shine brighter every single day. We couldn't do this without you. Huge shout out to all the originators and stitches of the videos that keep these conversations going. We see you, we respect you, and we give you your flowers. All right, y'all, grab your popcorn, tea, or stress balls because it's that time again. FAFO season continues, and MAGA voters are serving up all the drama, tears, and regret on a silver platter. Let's dive into this wild ride. And remember, this is all satire. We're here for commentary, not condemnation. Let's dive into the rest of the video, and we will be back for more commentary.
Do you want to know why MAGA hates us so much? I know part of the reason, at least. For 10 years now, if they're on his email list, they have been receiving emails like this. Democrats are doing everything in their power to take down President Trump, suing his administration, pushing for impeachment, blah, blah, blah. They hate the America First movement, and they hate you for being a part of it. And like this from J.D. Vance, there's nothing funny about the threats that Democrats are making against President Trump. What threats? And Marge says things like these left-wing domestic terrorists are anti-Donald Trump. And there's blatant lies. And this, as Democrats try to stop President Trump's plan to protect Social Security, which isn't happening. Because at this critical moment, Democrats are doing everything they can to claim that supporters like you have abandoned President Donald Trump. Democrats are enraged that President Donald Trump is ending fraud in Social Security, fraud that steals money from taxpayers like you. More lies. President Donald Trump is protecting and defending Social Security. More blatant lies. The price of eggs have come down. Interest rates have come down. Gas prices have come down. It's all coming down. There are hundreds and hundreds more. I mean, these are just a few examples from less than a week's worth of emails and Truth Social posts.
A lot of the MAGA supporters get ridiculed a lot for being dumb and being ignorant of issues. But let me tell you something. It is okay to be ignorant of topics. It's okay to be ignorant of the issues. But what is not okay is to willfully remain ignorant. There are so many ways to learn and to research now with Google and all of these online AI tools. There is absolutely no reason for you to remain willfully ignorant on the topics at hand. Not one person can know everything about everything. It's just impossible. But you need to be curious enough to go research it, especially when you're going into a voting booth to vote on issues and policies that will affect not only your life, but your children's lives, your grandchildren's lives, your neighbors, and your community's lives. Do not remain willfully ignorant, because that is where politicians and billionaires get their power. They get power from the public not knowing the issues. They get power from the public being uneducated in topics. So I want to encourage you to study, to research. Just don't vote for people because they have a letter by their name that you identify with. We all need to take personal responsibility in the direction that the country is heading. And we need to have more personal responsibility in the things that we are discussing and talking about. It's okay to not know the answers, but it's not okay to think that you know the answers when you really don't. One of the worst things that you can allow to happen to yourself is to know just a small bit of a topic and then think you're an expert. So I just want to encourage everybody, get out there, research, study, look at the data, find as many resources as you can. Stop being willfully ignorant.
Well, well, well. It appears that our devious plans to make MAGA go woke, well, it's starting to happen, baby. Yes, just maybe. I mean, after all, aren't they all trying to run out now and buy an electric car? That's very woke. Yes, that's very progressive. How very liberal. How very good for the environment. How very not climate hoaxy. And aren't y'all the ones who think you a part of we? You know, the we that Daddy likes to shout about when he's up there on TV. When he says, we are all gonna get rich. When he tells you don't worry about the tariffs and the crashing stock market and the rising inflation because we are making America great again and we are all gonna be rich. How very participation trophy of you. You think you're the we he's talking about? Yes, yes. If everyone's special, no one's special, right? And what exactly makes people like Alonia Muskrat and Daddy Dumpy Pants and Vivek Ramaswamy and busybody Jeff Bezos and Marky Zuckerberg so very special? Oh, that's right. Money, cheddar, is what makes them better than me and you. So if everybody has a big old piece of the pie, well then Daddy and his buddies won't seem very special anymore. You actually think that you get to become part of his club, honey? You think the rich want you to get richer? Everybody getting their fair share and coming up? Whew, how very woke an ideal. How very progressive an ideal.
It's a familiar scene, folks. The stars are aligning, the economy's wobbling, tariffs are doing somersaults, and MAGA voters, well, they're finally having that oops moment. You know the one. That realization that just maybe, they didn't read the fine print before casting that ballot. We're seeing viral clips of people sitting in their cars, parked in Walmart parking lots, shaking their heads and whispering to their phones. We thought he was on our side. I can't believe this. Well, believe it. FAFO season is undefeated. Let's talk about some of the most dramatic stitches that have popped up. The woman in tears saying, "My power bill is triple, y'all. How am I supposed to live?" The rancher clutching his MAGA hat, looking like he just saw a ghost. "I can't get workers. We voted to close the border. Now my crops are rotting. What do I do?" The small business owner screaming into the void. "Tariffs were supposed to protect us. Why are all my materials double the price now?" It's giving reality check, wrapped in karma, served with a side of, "We tried to tell you." Now let's be clear. Sparkle's show doesn't take sides. We just observe, dramatically. So here's a dramatic reenactment. MAGA town, population, regret. Local forecast, heavy downpour of consequences. Severe conditions for farmers, small businesses, and suburban families who thought build the wall wouldn't hit their wallet. A flood watch is in effect, with the river of tears expected to rise to record levels. Some clips show folks actually going back through Trump's old speeches like they're deciphering ancient scrolls. Did he ever say he'd lower my grocery bill? Spoiler alert, no, he didn't. Social media is doing what it does best. Screenshots, stitches, duets, and savage commentary. Some are sympathetic, others not so much. One post reads, "I don't like seeing people suffer, but how many times did we tell y'all to read between the lines?" Another user posted, I swear MAGA voters act like they bought a product on Amazon without reading the reviews, and now they're trying to return it with no receipt. Oof. The tariffs are biting. Farm subsidies slashed, small business tax breaks disappearing faster than ice cream in July, energy costs skyrocketing. Families who once proudly displayed those red hats are now whispering under their breath in checkout lines. A Nebraska rancher's quote went viral. "We thought he'd protect us. Now I'm staring down bankruptcy." The moral of the story: you can't vote for isolation and expect global cooperation. That's not how this game works. Picture this: the Johnson family around the dinner table. Dad, kids, turns out all those tariffs, they're hitting our business. And well, we might need to tighten belts. Teen, you mean we can't go to Disney? Mom, honey, forget Disney. We're about to Disney our way into selling the second car. Even some right-wing media anchors are doing Olympic-level backflips. First, it was greatest president ever. Now it's, well, we do have to question these policies. One viral clip, anchor. Folks, it's complicated, but tariffs, they might not be working in our favor. Audience gasps in MAGA. Let's take a moment for the tear-filled TikToks. I feel betrayed. He said America first, but not like this. My grocery bill is up by $400 a month. It's the realization that slogans don't pay bills. All jokes aside, people are hurting. The economy is tough for everyone, regardless of party. But there's also a teachable moment. Vote with your head, not just your heart. And that brings us to the Sparkles Show golden rule. Listen twice, vote once. Sparkles Show family. Whether you've been with us from day one or this is your first episode, thank you. Your comments, likes, shares, and energy fuel this show. We do this for you, and we do it because these stories matter. That's it for today's episode of Sparkles Show. Until next time, stay sparkling, stay informed, and remember, when FAFO season hits, it hits hard.